And investment platform Altvest's executive chair Koshiek Karan resigned on Friday with immediate effect. The company says Karan will be moving to a new role in the financial services industry. Now, I did catch up with former Moneyweb Editor and the founder and CEO of Decusatio Investor firm, Marc Ashton. And this is what he had to say.
I think if you look in the context of Altvest, they were very much, and when people forget that Altvest is effectively a business which is less than 2 years old. It has a market capitalization at the moment of about 35 million rand. It is doing turnover of about 2 million rand. In terms of the media coverage and the exposure that that organization has received, it is very much punched above its weight. If you look at the organization, it's actually been very much part of their strategy. They've had people like Rob Hersoff on the board, Koshiek Karan. Warren Wheatley's always had, has had quite good exposure in the media, but they've also actively invested in a number of their partners in terms of the media, where they've been able to very specifically go out there and reach out to the market to go and raise capital and raise awareness of what they've done. I mean, Warren, we've chatted to Warren previously, and he makes the point that it was a very deliberate part of their strategy to be able to run a personality-led organization where they would lean on the personalities that would be able to get them the exposure. And, they've made the point that they punch well above their weight for an organization of their size.
Now, Koshiek is quite a big personality on social media in the financial services industry. Ashton also touched on the phenomenon of personality-led businesses in the context of Altvest. Take a look.
I think there's an interesting learning to be taken out of this, though, and I feel it's quite important from a perception about how easy it is to go out into the market and raise capital for a business. You look at you often see entrepreneurs who believe if they can just get that one person with the right network, or the ability to get one person who has got a big social media following, they'll be able to attract capital. Altvest is quite interesting, and I think it's a very sobering case study to be able to look at. Remembering you've got guys like Koshiek who had 100,000 followers on Twitter. Both Koshiek and Warren come out of an investment banking background. Billionaire like Rob Hersoff behind it. Sports personalities like Kevin Peterson in the mix there. And despite having this great, this ecosystem of well-connected people, they were able to, they struggled to raise capital in a very, very challenging market. And I think that it's just quite an interesting kind of learning curve for those organizations who are out there, believing that, what you see in the kind of social media and in the public forum is going to be able to empower you to be able to raise significant capital.